Hey guys, welcome back to my current household for the month of May. Um, I'm really hoping I can get a second generation recorded for this, but I cannot make any promises. I don't know if that will happen. This is supposed to go up in 3 days, but I have Memorial Day off work, so I'm kind of hoping that I can get another generation recorded, but anyways, welcome back to a current household. So starting off, our house that we are living in is right here, called Corenberg Cottage by Mandy Kay, and it's actually built on the lot called Corenberg Cottage in Windenburg. So it just replaces that lot. The only thing I have changed about this build is that I gave my sim a master bathroom. Other than that, everything is the exact same. And yeah, it doesn't help that it's fall, and so like now all my plants are dying and like it's not as like pretty. But yeah, also I just realized, so I have oh, there it goes right now. Give me a second. So I have an ice maker in my office, and I've had it for a while, but I used to only like turn it on when I would need ice, but I got tired of waiting for it to then make ice when I was like, well, I kind of need it now. So now I just leave it running, and so now if it senses that the ice is too low, it's like, oh, time to make more ice, and unfortunately it gets kind of loud. So if you ever hear kind of like a fan sound whirring in the background, it's that. Anyways, so we're just gonna jump right into it. This is our heir. This is Bryony, is her name. She is the sim that Kaisley was the one that carried the children, correct? That Kaisley was pregnant with last generation. Both parents still alive. Actually, I will say, so Afni from a couple generations ago, Afni outlived Hannah, which kind of confused me. I was like, what? They're both elders. And one didn't have a higher, there wasn't like a considerable difference in like fitness skill or anything, so I was really confused. I don't know if it was maybe a glitch. I don't know, but Hannah died before Afni from old age, which I thought was really kind of funny. Anyways, so this is Bryony, and Bryony's kind of had a bit of a rough young adulthood. She only just aged up into an adult here in the last couple of days, so that's why I specify young adulthood. So Bryony had a high school sweetheart, and they were totally gonna be like together, like they were gonna be in a faithful relationship, and then he got struck by lightning and died. I shouldn't be laughing, but I'm sorry, I can't help it. So this is him right here. His name is Randy. When I show you all of the Sims later on the gallery, I'll make sure to point him out. So we were married to Randy. Randy died, got struck by lightning, like the day after they got married. Okay, like he sits up here on my my fireplace, on my mantle. Okay, so Bryony was devastated. They hadn't had any kids together. She had this like dream of having a family, and he was gonna be a gardener. I didn't even have time to get him employed. Like, they were very quick to get married after I had them aged up into young adults. But like, there's gardening like areas, and so like he was gonna have a garden, and she's a freelance programmer, and like they were just gonna have like their own happy little lives. And then he died, and I felt like the entire focus of this generation shifted. So I decided, I'm like, okay, you want to be chaotic, game? We can be chaotic. I have the time for once to be chaotic. We're gonna be chaotic. So, the story goes, Bryony was so devastated that she basically just started looking for love with anybody who did not look like her Randy. Randy had dark hair, like very rustic, maybe you could say. So that's who we came across, these other three, but I have to cut out for a second again. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting in and out. So, she basically started looking for love from anyone who did not resemble Randy. So that's where we found Elliot, Draven, and Art, or Skills. She ran into those three. So, still hoping to have a family. We weren't super careful while she was kind of hopping between guys. And we ended up with 3 kids and a 4th one on the way. So, introducing said kids, this is our oldest. He's kind of looking down. It's not the greatest angle. He does have vitiligo on his face. This is Ellington. Ellington loves the outdoors. He has neutral confidence. He is missing school today, but he is a C student, rambunctious scamp aspiration. His father is Art. Then we have Juna, who just aged up. So she's newly a child. She's active, also with rambunctious scamp aspiration, and today is actually her first day of school, but she's missing it so that I could record this video, especially because Bryony is in labor right now. So Juna's father is Draven. Then we have the baby. This is Sarai. Sarai is a wiggly infant. Not that that means a whole lot. Her father is also Art, so Sarai and Ellington are fully blood siblings. And then Bryony, again, is pregnant. And this baby, I have no idea whose it is. I'm thinking it's Draven or Art's. Because we broke it off with Elliot actually quite a while ago. Well, I say quite a while, it was like a week ago in the game. Because Elliot and Draven actually ended up getting together, and I believe they're partners. I have a dog at my door. I don't think they're married, but they are partners, and when I realized they were partners, I went into cast and I changed it to where Elliot could have kids, and so they actually have a baby together. So it's not Elliot's kid. We haven't been with Elliot for a while. So it's either Draven or Art. She broke up with Draven, though, right before we found out she was pregnant. So I'm tending to believe that it's Art's baby again, that would make 3 with Art and just 1 with Draven, but I don't know for sure. And so she actually had would love to have a family, or would love to have a kid, or whatever the terminology is, for when she's really happy about having kids. That's how she felt with the first 3. Then, again around the time, right before she got pregnant, it will pop up, one of the, would you like to have, get this trait? It does that as well with if your sim would like to change from, would love to have a child to neutral, or neutral to doesn't want, or doesn't want to does want. It'll give you a pop-up asking if you would like to change, how your sim feels about having children. And I normally select to let fate decide. And so she went from would love to have a child to does not want to have a child. So then I'm like, okay, so maybe the story is that here she is, she's got, these few different guys that she's, having these relations with, but none of them are actually helping her raise these kids, and it's been really difficult to be a single mom raising children, so she's kind of reached the point where she's like, okay, I'm okay with, you know, I have my 3 kids, I have the family that I wanted, I don't want any more. But then she got pregnant again, and so she's not super happy that, you know, here comes a 4th child. Again, she still doesn't have anyone helping to raise these kids. So what I'm thinking is that, like, moving forward, I am going to have her and Art become official. Like, have her, like, officially be dating him. Well, no, they are romantic partners, but, like, so they are technically dating. But have them, like, maybe get engaged, maybe not married, but have him move in, help, you know, continue raising the kids. Like, she's going to kind of settle down just with him. I gave her a tattoo, which I chose, like, stuff that I feel like I chose a tattoo that I felt represented Randy, but I'm going with the story that Art was the one who did the tattoo. So, like, she's been kind of drawn to him. He's way different from Randy. Kind of grunge, wears the like, he has, like, fishnet, like, sleeves, and he's got all the tattoos, and his hair is dyed, like, you can't really tell, but, like, it's like bleached on top, and then it's purple, and, like, he has all the piercings and all the chains, and, like, very different from Randy, very different. So, you know, I think she was really drawn to him because he is so different. Yeah, I feel like I've kind of done a poor job of explaining all of this, but I mean, and I can't forget the cat. This is Thad, Thad, Thad. He's been a sweet cat. He's been a good boy. Other than constantly, like, standing on my stove when I'm cooking, he's been a good cat. So I think that is all for, like, the main household. So I do want to go ahead and show you these Sims. Surprise, surprise, they're Night Lioness Sims. So this was actually Randy. I don't like the mustache, so I changed his mustache. And I also put him in something else. Like, I got rid of the hat. I put him in a different... I put him in something from Cottage Living, like, overall. So I still wanted him to kind of look like, you know, outdoorsy and everything, but I just didn't want him walking around the house in a floral apron. But, like, he does have, like, he had the full arm tattoo, and which is right here. So that was Randy. Randy passed away. Then we have, this is Elliot, who we did not have any kids with, and I actually left his name for once. I never do that. This is Draven. I did change his name, and I also, like, I don't know, like, Cutter. I changed it to Cutler. I know it's supposed to be because he's supposed to be into pottery, so, like, being a clay cutter, like, cuts the clay. But anyways, and I ended up leaving him as is. Like, I didn't change his outfit 'cause he wasn't going to be living in the household. I aged him down to be, like, a teenage sweetheart. And then this is Art, and I get that it's trying to do a play on his name, like, art skills matter, which I 100% agree. I think there needs to be a bigger emphasis on art. It's not always about sports all the time. Okay? I was 100% one of those kids that, like, the art stuff was overshadowed by all the frickin' sports, and I don't care about sports. Anyways, not the point. But I don't know, I changed it to Mathers, Mather. But yeah, this is him. Like I said, like, wears the fishnets, very grunge. Very grunge. But he was made prior to Business and Hobbies, so he does not have, like, the custom tattoos. He has, like, the pre-Business and Hobbies tattoos. So those were the 4 guys that she's known throughout her life. Then if we do hop back into the family tree, so we have 2 siblings. We have Neva's the oldest, right? Neva married Daxton and had Roxana. Zia married Melissa and had Abby. So our generation, or our life has definitely been the most interesting of the three kids. And yeah, so I think that's about it. I do not want to guarantee there will be another generation. I'm hoping to get another generation done, but I don't know. So possibly stick around. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. My gaming channel, my Twitter, link down in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you either all in just a second or in my next video.